kids are resilient, and no matter what they do, they always bounce back. And that makes it easier to go on through days, because when things go wrong in my life, I think about, same with the kids. They have so much going on in their lives and so much but they keep jumping up and bouncing back. You know, it makes us do better. It makes me want to do better too. You know, and so they give me just as much as I give them, and I love that.
Go out there, we're going to play our hardest, we're going to win the trophy, right? We're going to close the season up on a good note. Be back for training. Start back in March. Get it going. All right.
There you go. Line up. Everybody rough up Coach Jackson and go get your pizza.
Yeah, 1 second after this.
Okay, tackle.
Give me a second.
All right. And success does not necessarily mean, being rich or whatever. It's just, receiving an education, understand the meanings you got from football, and hopefully you can return that into your communities and, and make society greater for it. All right, so my name is Alexis Perez.
I am Coach Moore.
My name is Dennis Urena.
So my name is Brian Holiday.
My name is Debo.
My name is Monique.
Hi, I'm Jewel.
I coach the 12 U team. I've been with the Titans for the last 3 years. I've been coaching around 30 years on the high school level and on the Pop Warner level.
I'm the VP of the organization. I got with the Titans about 5 years ago.
I've been with the Titans for about 1.5 years.
Been a coach for 9.5 years.
Right now I'm coaching with the Titans, the 13 and 14-year-olds.
I am Hulk's mom. He's on 11U. He's been playing football since 3.5 years old. We've been with the Titans for about, 4 or 5 years now?
Hi, I'm Jewel. I'm Demir's mom. Demir's been playing since he was about 5. I also have a niece. She's doing cheer now. So excited about it. I love Titans. Go Titans.
I played for South Shore High School. I was getting passed over without even going to the class. So I went to my father and said, Dad, if I go to college, I'm gonna be in junior college. I'd rather go into the service, get all my education first, and then from there, I'll see what I'll do after that. I worked with FedEx for 21 years. I'm about to retire in 3. At nighttime, I have my son that plays. I have my daughter that's a cheerleader here. It gives me great pleasure to watch them grow up.
So I used to play high school football. I used to play also, semi-pro and also around the neighborhood. Football is basically my favorite sport. I'm very knowledgeable in the sport.
I played youth football, of course, played high school football. When I was going into college, I had my first child. I gave up on some of my dreams in order to take care of my family. And now I'm able to give back a little bit with mentoring and teaching the kids that we have.
Before being in Titans, what were you doing?
For Titans, I played basketball.
How long were you playing basketball?
For about 2 years.
I'm a former Titans player. I was actually part of the first Titans team back in 2003, I think it was. It was 5 of us. We started out with the Brooklyn Skyhawks at the parade grounds. Coach Bill started coaching with the 7 and 8-year-olds. He brought 5 of us with us and to start his own team in Red Hook. I played in high school, played in college. Coach Bill asked me to come out and coach the 13 and 14-year-olds, so here I am.
Were you always coming here and watching the games?
Yes.
From the beginning?
From the beginning. One thing I have to say, Jewel and I, we've always been to every practice and every game, even before we became the team moms.
Absolutely.
Wow, that's a lot of time.
Yes.
What makes you do so?
The kids.
It's just for the children. What else are we here for? The children.
Yeah.
The children.
She
does more so of the paperwork. I'm more like the hands-on mom on the field.
She also understands the football way better than me, so I can do the behind the scenes stuff. She'll understand what they're saying. I know a little bit more now after the years go by. But yeah, it's teamwork.
Makes the dream work.
When I came to the Brooklyn Titans, they are more organized, more orientation towards the kids about getting them in school, and it's more of a family matter here.
It really is a family. Everybody pitches in together. When one person has a problem, everybody's there to help. You know, the money's limited, everything's limited, but everybody still tries to pitch in and do so much more. I mean, we've played under the lights at Giant Stadium. You know, the kids love that. We've taken them on tours at colleges, Rutgers, and you know, I knew that it was a thing to do because after the first time we did a tour at Rutgers, and then they got to play in the field, my son comes up to me, he goes, "Dad, I really want to play college football. Like, you know, like I really want to try." And that showed me that, you know, this organization cares more about just winning games. They care about having these kids grow.
All I can say is that, you know, it's a family, you know, so okay. What's that just?
It's just
Debo is a nickname,
it's just a nickname,
right?
yeah.
What is your full name?
Debo.
Mo Debo.
Yeah.
And Coach Alexis told me that your mother is from
Ivory Coast.
I saw the Titans on TV. I did some research on what they were about. I decided, you know what, I'm gonna give them a try. So I came over, I was welcomed with open arms. First few months, I just stood back, and I was approached by Bill, and he asked me if I wanted to help out. And I've been coaching with Mike.
After you play in college, 99% of football players, that's it. So, you know, I think the goal for me was to go and play in college, and I did that. And then after that, I think you can play semi-pro, but I didn't really see the point of that. You're running around, you're risking injury, you're getting hit. I thought it was too dangerous to now start playing again.
I believe that the kids enjoyed having their parents there from day one all the way until the end.
It helps me get through situations that's besides football. It helps me with things like that. And it helps me control my emotions.
You have to kind of grab their attention, keep them involved, keep them moving all the time. Otherwise, they'll get bored and they get a little, less focused.
Excuse me, Coach Alexis. Where's the AU?
Right over there. Right over there. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, thank you.
Yo, if I go to 6th Street,
I didn't even touch Yo, Debo, you allow me to scratch the shit.
You're very serious in practicing. Even everyone is sort of slacking off, talking a lot. You're always focused.
Yeah.
What made you this way?
What makes me this way is because I feel like this is what we need in order to become successful. So I think it's better to take everything serious in the practice so we can execute in the games, things like that.
In the past, head coaches used to just literally curse you out. Now, if they hear that on the football field, your organization could get fined for it.
I'm not a yeller. I certainly was coached that way. I think sometimes when you're young and you get exposed to that kind of coaching where it's just like, you do something wrong, somebody yells at you, you feel bad. Sometimes kids are not able to discern what the coach is trying to say. They only feel the emotion of being yelled at and screamed at. That's just the way I communicate, and hopefully it reaches some of the kids.
You have a lot of teams that just teach them aggression, do this, do that. With Titans, they teach them how to tackle the proper way, get your head across. I see a lot of kids, they tackle with their heads, which can cause a concussion.
You always try to teach a kid to tackle low. We have a saying in football where the lower man wins. That's true in blocking, that's true in tackling. So if I'm 260 pounds and there's a 190-pound guy shooting his shoulder through my thigh, he has leverage. So really a lot of leverage has to do with, kind of getting the better of the person.
Know what you do for ICU, right? Cool. All right, so spread right loose, 300 ICU. That's the play call, all right? All that means is, well, what do you think it means? What's your responsibility? Zone, right? Where?
to the right.
Correct, okay. So it's slightly different from your standard 440, 449 zone. Okay. In 440, 449, depending on how we arrange it, you're either just straight up looking for a double team on the outside shoulder, or you're getting across the shoulder, getting to next level. But for iZebra, you're stepping to and through the gap here, and it becomes a drive block on the outside shoulder. Okay? Okay. So sweep.
We don't want the kids to get hurt. We want the kids to love the game that we love, and at the same time, kind of like use it, in their lives.
Our running back Deshaun, he was running like a sweep play, and he was trying to get to the sideline. And when you're running along the sidelines, sometimes it's hard to tell whether somebody stepped out of bounds or whether they're still inbounds. But Deshaun thought he stepped out of bounds, and Deshaun stopped running. So you had a kid, they were from Long Island, whatever the case is. He came, I want to say from 10 yards away. He ran to finish the play. He hit Deshaun while standing as still as I am. It's sort of like this culture in football. When somebody does something to one of your teammates, you have to stick up for your teammate. So I'm not mad that they wanted to get into a fight over that. I mean, I've been on the field with something like that has happened. When we finally shook hands after the game, the kid came up to me, he said that he was sorry for what happened. So I don't think it was like had any malicious intent. I just think that he made a mistake.
When it comes to coaching my own son, I am his worst enemy. Last year I had an argument with Mike because they wanted to give him a trophy that I didn't think he deserved. I know how he plays, and because I didn't think he played to that level, I was like, no. Because I know what he could do, I know what he does, I know when he's putting his best effort into it, and if he doesn't, I become his biggest critiquer,
He loves football. He eats, sleeps, dreams it. Even everything that he does in school pertains to football. If he has to write an essay, it's about football.
You don't work hard, you're not going to get there. First thing first, school has to be first. Then you come here and practice. If you don't have good grades, you cut classes. I talk to the parents. If they say they're not doing good, he would still come to practice, but he won't play in the game.
I've never had a losing season since I started coaching. And this year was a little bit hard for us because we lost 2 games. You could tell that the games that they lost were against teams that we know we could have beat. The problem that we have is that we play good against great teams. When the teams aren't so good, they take a day off. Since then, we put in a lot of hard work. We had so many kids that we made it into 2 squads, blue squad and gold squad. So we've been having to practice Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, with separate, like Monday with blue, Tuesday with gold, Wednesday with blue, Thursday with gold, and then we bring them together on Friday. But then we have games on Saturday with one of them and games on Sunday with one of them. So my body's just dead.
Another thing I like about the Titans, they all communicate, no matter if they're on 11U, 12U, 14U, they all get together, they're on the phone. I love it, and it also keeps him focused and off of the streets.
Yes, that's what it's such a great program, that it keeps so many kids off the streets.
Discipline amongst themselves and amongst the teammate, and respect.
If I'm a smaller person, how do I get this guy out the way? That's why I say it's kind of like a metaphor for life. That basically, you have to find different ways to achieve your goal.
I just want to make it to college, be able to have, a full scholarship, go to college for free, and just be successful in life.
I was going to take a year off about 3 years ago. And I had this one kid, and I'll never forget it because ever since that I said, you know what, regardless of how tired I am, I'm going to get up and do what I have to do. Because I had one kid who asked me at the end of the year, he was like, Coach, are you coming back next year? And I was like, and I gave him a snarky remark, and I was like, I don't know why. He goes, because you're my mentor. And when he said that, I was like, and he was like, you're my mentor and I want to come back. When he said that, I melted, so I just...
How can I get better today? How can I do my assignment better today? How could I, encourage my teammate to do better? How can I learn my assignment better? I think these are the things that you need to focus on when you're losing. And even in life, maybe you don't get the job that you want, you don't, whatever. You ask out the girl that you think is gonna like you and she doesn't like you, you know what I mean? That's, you gotta dust yourself off, you gotta get up, you gotta keep going. And I think football teaches you that,
He was more so a quiet kid. Now he's very boisterous now. voices, everything that goes on pretty much. And I'm appreciative of that.
Kids are funny. It's just like a video game. If they like something, they're going to keep doing it. And they're going to remember it, because that's the only way they're going to enjoy themselves. So if you can get them to understand what you're doing, you'll be sitting back and say, okay, he caught on to it. So that's a thrill for a coach.
Every coach, all of our coaches, we coach our own teams the way we want to coach. Now, we try to keep it in a formulation for their growth. We come together and give each other, advice. We give each other, and we're there for each other. And if it wasn't for that, it would be impossible to actually do what we do.
So we have kids from all over Brooklyn that have come out to play. It was rough, but I think I want to say over the last 3 or 4 weeks, they have really come together and become a team. When things go bad, they're not really turning on each other anymore. They're looking within themselves to say, what can we do to get out of this situation? We're all in this together. So I'm really proud of them from that aspect.
We have girls almost on every level. Once they put on that helmet, you're a football player.
If you have a team that blocks well and tackles well, chances are you're going to do well.
12U is a lot of personality there. It's different. Some kids are funny. Some kids are hard to talk to. But at the end of the day, we all come together as one. Because I always say nobody's better than the other one unless we work as a team.
I have certain rules to what I do. Never scream at a kid without giving positive reinforcement after. That's my style. Mike, he does the same thing, but he's a little bit more forceful at times. So we balance, and there's been times that he's the nice one and I'm the mean one. And we just balance each other out. The one thing that we never do, and when I see him and he's on that soldier mode, I know I have to go less.
We give 110% and we ask for 110%.
And if you do that, win or fail, win or lose, succeed, you're gonna succeed. That's it. I don't care if the scoreboard says that we lost, you succeeded,
Your fear is gonna be there. Even when I play football, you're gonna be scared every game. That's natural.
Don't be afraid to fail. The only way that you will ever succeed is by failing and failing again. Eventually, after you fail enough times, you will succeed.
It takes a while for some kids, because sometimes kids go through problems at home or walking in the street. And when they're here and we show them the love that we got for them, we tell them that.
We're a non-for-profit organization where we don't charge a lot because we're in a city. So coaching is just not the end of it. We have to figure out where the money comes from for buses, where the money comes from for everything, even the water. When everybody goes home and it's cold outside, we're still here, After everything finishes and we have that month and a half, 2 months, now we go back to the drawing board and we meet 2-3 days a week. We're on the phones all the time. We might as well be on the field. Coaches, we don't get a break. We don't get a break. We meet a lot. Coaching is a full-time job.
So it's all a process, and you don't necessarily can accomplish all in some practices. It takes years for kids to learn how to tackle properly. The more repetition, then the kids will pick it up and learn it and use it. It becomes muscle memory.
I myself have 5 kids that I'm a father to. I actually have over 105 kids because, it's gratifying. It's very gratifying. My son's been playing since he was 3. And there's a kid he's always played up. He's always played older. At 3, he was playing against 5 and 6. At 5, he was playing against 7 and 8. And there's a kid on the 13U He's 13 now, 13, 14, and my son used to be on the same team with him. So now I'm watching this kid that I used to coach, like, and I just want to see him do so, you know, like the better that they do, the more that I feel like I succeeded, you know? So.
We want our kids to use the game of football, not have football use them. You know, we want them to get into high schools and be productive.
I heard that a lot when I was growing up. Football is a microcosm of life, and I think it's true. A lot of the things that I learned in playing football, I think directly translate to regular life.
I've never heard of one person in this world who has learned anything from just succeeding. You don't learn when you succeed, you learn when you fail. That's how we grow as people. When you're a kid, you never know how to walk until you try and stumble. And after stumbling enough times, you learn how not to stumble. Same thing goes with riding a bike, same thing goes to anything in this world. So don't be afraid to fail, because failure is just the path to success. And as long as you keep on trying, you will reach that level.
We sincerely love you guys. Nothing makes us more proud or put a tear to our eyes, you know, as far as you guys being successful.
Every day when you wake up, you should have one plan, and that's to be somebody, to try to be better than you was the day before. As long as you do that, you'll always succeed.
I think that's important.
Okay.